Good morning, dear students. Today, in geography, we are going to continue the same chapter, that is agriculture. In our previous lectures, we have studied about the different agricultural practices in our country, the cropping pattern, the different types of crops grown in our country, etc. And today, in this chapter, we will see the technological and institutional reforms. Children, we all know that agriculture has been practiced in India for thousands of years. Continued use of land without well matched techno institutional reforms led to slow down the pace of agricultural development. In spite of development in irrigation, most of the farmers in the large part of the country still depends upon monsoon and natural fertility. Children, you know that growing population poses a serious challenge. Agriculture, which provides livelihood for more than 60% of its population, needs some serious technical and institutional reforms. Let's see the technological and institutional reforms initiated to improve the standard of agriculture in our country. Children, after independence, major institutional reforms were taken, such as collectivization, redistributing of land, consolidation of holding, means to bring together the scattered land of different farmers and form a single holding. Then Jamidari system was abolished. That means to stop the practice of Jamidari system were given the priority. In 1960s and 70s, technical reforms such as Green Revolution and White Revolution was introduced to improve the condition of agriculture. Children, what is Green Revolution? The introduction of high yielding varieties of seeds and the increased use of fertilizers and irrigation are known as Green Revolution. It provided the increase in production needed to make India a self-sufficient in food grains. And what about White Revolution? Children, White Revolution is the revolution in a dairy sector. It introduced cooperative approach in harnessing milk animal husbandry. It also eliminated middlemen in the farmer market supplying chain and enhanced milk production as well as profit to the farmers. It is also called Operation Flood. Therefore, White Revolution increased the milk production and now the availability of milk per person have doubled than it was 30 years before. Children, Green Revolution too led to the concentration of development in few selected areas. Therefore, in the 1980s and 90s, a comprehensive land development program was initiated which included both institutional and technical reforms. Children, the provisions were, the first one was crop insurance, second establishment of Grameen Bank and cooperative societies, third banks was set up for providing loan facilities to the farmers at lower rate of interest. Children, other than this, Kisan Credit Card, Personal Accident Insurance Scheme are some other schemes introduced by the Government of India for the benefits of farmers. Moreover, special weather bulletin and agricultural programs for farmers were introduced on radios and televisions. The government also announced minimum support price, remunerative and procurement prices for the important crops to check the exploitation of farmers by speculators and middlemen. Children, once again I am repeating the technological and institutional reforms initiated by the government. Institutional reforms: Land Reform Act, abolition of Jamindari system, 5-year plans. Land reform was the main focus of our 5-year plan, first 5-year plan. Green Revolution, White Revolution, crop insurance, crop loans, Kisan credit card, accident insurance scheme, and minimum support price. Now children, let's see the contribution of agriculture to the national economy, employment, and the output. Children, you know that agriculture has been the backbone of the Indian economy, though its share in the gross domestic product, that is GDP, has registered a declining trend from 1951 onwards. In 2010-11, about 52% of the total workforce was employed by the Indian population, makes more than half of the Indian population dependent of agriculture for sustenance. The declining share of agriculture in the GDP is the matter of serious concern because any decline and stagnation in agriculture will lead to the decline in other spheres of economy, having wider implications for society. Children, considering the importance of agriculture in India, the Government of India has made concentrated efforts to modernize agriculture. Now, we will see the steps taken by Indian government to modernize the agriculture. First, establishment of Indian Council of Agricultural Research, ICAR, agricultural universities, establishment of agricultural universities, establishment of veterinary services and animal breeding centers, horticulture development, research and weather forecast centers, improvement of rural infrastructure. Though the GDP growth rate is increasing over the years, children, but it is not generating sufficient employment opportunities in the country. The growth rate in the agriculture is decelerating, which is an alarming situation. Children, farmers still faces certain challenges in agriculture. One of the important steps in the Green Revolution in India was to make fertilizers available to the farmers at subsidized rate or reduced rates. But the subsidy on fertilizers has now been reduced and it has increased the cost of production for the farmers. Children, a reduction in import duties on agricultural items is another challenge to the Indian farmers in terms of international competition. Other than this, inadequate irrigation and power facilities for the farmers is also an issue. Rural infrastructure facilities like roads and markets also need to be further developed. Because of all these reasons, farmers are withdrawing their investment from agriculture, causing a downfall in the employment in agricultural sector. Now children, Bhudan, Gramdan. Mahatma Gandhi declared Vinoba Bhave as his spiritual heir. He also participated in Satyagraha as one of the foremost Satyagrahis. Children, Vinoba Bhave undertook Padyatra to spread Gandhiji's message and covered almost the entire country. Once, when he was delivering a lecture at Ponchampalli in Andhra Pradesh, some poor landless villagers demanded some land for their economic well being. Then Vinoba Bhave could not promise it to them immediately but assured them to talk to the Government of India regarding provision of land for them if they undertook cooperative farming. Children, then what happened? Suddenly, Sri Ramchandra Reddy stood up and offered 80 acres of land to be distributed among 80 landless villages. This act was known as Bhudan. Later, he travelled and introduced his ideas widely all over India. Some jamidars, owners of many villages, offered to distribute some villages among the landless. It was known as Gramdan. However, many landowners choose to provide some part of their land to the poor farmers due to the fear of Land Sealing Act. This Bhudan Gramdan movement, initiated by Vinoba Bhave, is also known as Bloodless Revolution. Children, that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.